everybody. Today we are working on week number 3, final technique from side control. Me and Coach Chloe will show you guys some awesome techniques. Okay, so week number 3, here we go. We talked before about isolation, right? On our previous week, one of our games was to isolate both of my partner's arms, right? Once I have their arms isolated, I have better chances to submit them, right? So basically what we're gonna do is what I call the top crucifix, okay? Just like I said on the game from last week, okay? Pinning this arm here with our shin and going for a 2-on-1 grip on this arm here can be a pretty difficult position for Coach Chloe here to escape, right? So we got a couple of very simple submissions from here that are, in my opinion, very high percentage as long as you focus on control as well, okay? So let's take a look on how to get this position, okay? Chances are most people, when they start to learn Jiu-Jitsu, they know that it is important to work with frames, to have their arms protecting themselves here at all times, right? Let's go, Coach. Okay, so I want to first find a space to pin this arm. How can I do that? 2 different ways. First way is to walk back with my hips, okay? Start to fold their hips away from me, as you can see. And then I'm gonna use my thumb down, my arm connected on my body, and my whole body is gonna apply pressure against her arm to pin this arm, okay? If you're going with someone very strong, it can be very difficult to pin this if you're just using your arm alone, okay? So again, instead of pushing with your elbow away from your body, glue your elbow on your body and push this arm down, pinning the arm with your shin, with your knees and toes on the floor, and make sure that you pin above the crook of their elbow, okay? If you pin their forearm, for example, it's easy for her to bring back that arm. Go, Coach. Boom, and then she's free, right? So once again, I move back with my hips, I fold their hips away, pin with my shin. Now I got a 2-on-1 grip that I can initiate attacks from here. However, I don't like to go straight to a grip into a submission, okay? First thing I do is I go for cross face, and then I can transfer this arm here over, and I can sometimes go for a elbow to elbow control here, okay? Now this hand here that she's got free, let's say free, right, is the one that she's gonna use to escape, right? So chances are she can use this hand to start to push my face, to start to create space. As she pushes, we got a couple of submissions here, okay? So the first one, if she's pushing more towards that side in order to bring me away and to free that other arm, all I need to do here is to notice that I'm getting this grip without driving my chest up too much, right? So I circle my hand inside, and then I got my figure 4 grip, okay? That's the Americana. I'm gonna drive her head back. I'm gonna slide her elbow down, and most people will be tapping from a slight lift of their elbow here, so be gentle when you do that, okay? So one more time, she's framing me with her free arm. I already got my elbow to elbow grip. I'm gonna slightly push my arm forward, and I can circle my hands into the figure 4 grip. So my left hand in this case, it's on her wrist. My right hand is on my wrist, okay? My elbow is on the floor here, my left elbow, and I drag her head closer to my left knee. Now I'm gonna slide her arm down and lift the elbow, okay? A lot of times you gotta be careful about their legs here, collecting your leg here, right? My right leg in this case. So let's say if they are bothering you with this, just switch your legs here, okay? So from behind, you guys can see what I do with my legs. I was pinning with my left leg, right? I'm gonna switch. I call it a windshield wiper, okay? That way it's harder for her to regain guard or to bring back her leg into my leg, right? Okay, so we got the Americana from here. Second submission that can happen based on that reaction. Once again, I'm gonna do the whole thing. Moving back, pin the arm down. Now, the second grip that we can do here, if they are not allowing, maybe they're tucking in their hand down and they're making hard to, maybe they grab something. It's hard for me to get that wrist control. So I don't wanna open up too much space from here, right? So what I do is I drive my chest forward. Notice that her arm starts to extend, right? Once her arm starts to extend, we're gonna go from the same grip that we had before, okay? And I'm gonna start to walk my hand here, up, and I get a wrist control. The other hand can either go on my biceps, my forearm, doesn't matter. Now, super slowly here, I'm gonna lift her elbow with my right arm while I press her wrist down to the floor. That's a straight arm bar, okay? That we got from side control as well. Very, very good position, okay? So one more time, she's framing me. Heavy frames, coach. I'm gonna move back with my hips, pin the arm down using my frames here, nice and tight, get the control. Option number one, if I feel like I'm able to circle my hand inside and get an Americana grip, wonderful. If she's defending, she's not giving me that hand, I drive my chest forward. Not too much, I don't wanna lose balance and go too far forward. Just enough to start extending her arm, okay? I can start to walk with my left hand up, circle hand over, pin the wrist down to the floor, lift the forearm. My forearm gotta be below her elbow line, just a little bit below the elbow line, okay? If you go on the elbow line, there's no braking mechanic, right? So we gotta go a little bit below, pin the wrist down, and lift, okay? Super simple. I think this is a great submission here to work from the bottom, and you guys will realize that this top crucifix eventually can be a great position to get other things as well, okay? Maybe an arm triangle and other things like that, but that will be a subject for later weeks, okay? So this is it. This is the last technique for week number 3. Hope you guys liked it. Next video will be games that we can use based on what we learned so far, okay? Thank you.